Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Carolinas Association of Collegiate Registrars and Admissions Officers Virtual College Fair. Just a message to students, your camera and microphone are turned off so panelists cannot see or hear you. You can ask questions at any time using the Q&A button. Please sign up for more sessions. This is just one of the many that are available. The schedule is on the website, and a recording of this session will be available at strivescan.com/thecarolinas. My name is Mackenzie, and I will be your facilitator today. We have some great colleges joining us, so we are going to thank everyone for being here. Up first, we are going to have University of Colorado Boulder.
Awesome. I assume that everybody can see my screen now that it's being shared. My name is DeMonte Madden. I'm an admissions counselor at the University of Colorado Boulder. We want to welcome you all to this virtual event. Thank you all for being here. You could choose to be attending any other virtual opportunities this evening, but you decided to choose this session. So we want to all thank you for that. As I jump into the presentation, for more tangibility, this is what the University of Colorado Boulder looks like. When we're at home, we call these the Rocky Mountains. So we're located right in Boulder, Colorado, and we have these beautiful mountains right behind us to help to make up our landscape. But that's not just the only beautiful thing that we have going around our campus. We have about an 18-to-1 student to faculty ratio, which allows our students to have a very unique relationship with our professors on campus. And then we have a lot of schools, colleges, and programs that help students to be more specific of things that they're very interested in at the University of Colorado Boulder. So I'll get into some of those as the presentation goes on. And then we have over about 4,000 courses that are offered to many of our different students who are interested in anything from aerospace engineering to art history to cinema studies. So there's a plethora of different opportunities for our students to really diversify their own specific interests and passions here at the University of Colorado Boulder. And then we have about 525 clubs and organizations and a little bit more depending on what students are truly interested in. At the University of Colorado Boulder, we're ranked one of the top colleges in the country that provides a space and a hub for students who want to be innovative. With our research facilities and our professors on our campus, we have a really wonderful mentorship program allowing many of our students to benefit from a lot of their ideas that they bring to campus and finding research opportunities and funding opportunities that can help propel them into the next levels. So breaking our colleges, schools, and programs down a little bit more tangibility, these are our offerings for those programs on our campus that bring a lot of students who are interested truly, not just around the country, but around the world, who want to come and learn a little bit more about the University of Colorado Boulder. So anything from the College of Arts and Sciences, where we see that many of our students who want to study natural sciences, social sciences, arts, and humanities, maybe moving along to the College of Engineering and Applied Science, where you can study biomedical engineering, aerospace engineering, civil engineering, and a plethora of other of those options. And then our lead school of business. Our lead school of business is one of the oldest business schools in the country, so providing a lot of foundational work for providing students mentorship and those opportunities to go and earn global experiences as well. And then, as you can see, we have a School of Education, College of Media, Communication, and Information, which focuses on data analytics, our College of Music, which has been revamped recently to really allow more students on our campus to utilize our Boulder Laptop Orchestra, our ensembles, and the different practice rooms and facilities that we have on our campus. And then a program in environmental design. So if students find that the College of Engineering is not the place to particularly get all their needs met, the program in environmental design allows for students to get involved into architecture and urban planning and design as well. And then breaking it down for community aspects. On our campus, we're home to many different places where students can live within their 4 years, but some special options that we have specifically are our 12 residential academic programs, short for RAPs, which allow students to find spaces on campus where they're really interested in having the same type of affinities and communities built based off of a particular academic interest. So my example would be our Baker RAP, where students who all live in natural sciences or who all study natural sciences have the same opportunity to engage in this community on campus. And then our living learning communities. So on our campus, we also have many opportunities for students to find their interest to be elevated outside of the classroom, where they're able to really extend and build communities within living learning community. So my specific example would be Active Darley, where students have opportunities maybe to go skiing at 4:45 every single ski day in the wintertime, or maybe they want to go hiking, biking, and running around our more than 300 trails that we have in Boulder. And then venturing out a little bit more, as we get more tangible, more closer to our campus, this is not a Photoshop photo, but we do have opportunities for folks to go to Chautauqua Park, which is about 0.8 miles off of campus, or there's other opportunities as well. So we're a landlocked state, but we do have opportunities to, in the summertime, go to our reservoirs and check out those scenes, or you maybe want to stay closer to campus. So there's opportunities to check out Farron Field, which is the second most photographed place in Colorado, or our rec center, which has a buff shaped pool. So there are some very, very unique opportunities within Boulder. And then understanding that this presentation is a little bit, it's a concise presentation. So please reach out independently if you want to learn a little bit more about our offerings. But jumping around, Boulder is actually ranked one of the top places for female entrepreneurship. So we have a very good tech industry where we have Silicon Valley right up the road, but we have a lot of students coming and going who are truly interested in the entrepreneurial spirit of our campus, and understanding that we have about 90 research centers throughout our campus, and we have a lot of history providing our students a lot of foundation once they get on our campus. And then students who want to study abroad, there are 400 plus education abroad programs with over 63 different countries that our students can get involved into. And then supporting students. So on our campus, it's really important to find support on our campus to make sure that students get here, that they're able to expose themselves to support that's going to help them propel to graduation and beyond. So these are some of those support services that we do provide for our students. And then our application checklist. So our application checklist composes the things that we're going to require all students to submit for a complete application. So for very specifics, please reach out and have those conversations with myself. And then our first year application deadline date. So November 15th is our early action deadline date, and January 15th is our regular decision deadline date. And then as I get ready to wrap up my presentation, please feel free to visit us on our website and come and see us in person. And then my name is Demonte Madden. So thank you all so much for being in attendance. And I'm going to stop sharing my screen and turn it back over to the facilitator. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And up next, we have University of Arizona.
Hey guys, how is everyone doing? Thank you guys so much for joining us today. My name is Tanasia Blackwell. I am the regional recruiter with the University of Arizona. I am actually based and located in Atlanta. So I love to tell students we are on the same time zone. So if it's of course reaching out to me or any of our other, my other counselors in our department, you are free to do that as well. So I'll go ahead and dive into some really fun facts about Arizona. So of course, if you're not too familiar with where the University of Arizona is located, we are located in Tucson, Arizona, which is the most southern part of the state. So we're about an hour and a half south of Phoenix, and of course, only about 6 hours east of San Diego as well. So with that, we have about 45,000 students on campus, along with 35,000 of those students being undergraduate students. So of course, even though we are a large research institution, we are still able to keep our campus within a total of 1 square mile. So with that, that includes of course dorms, restaurants, athletic facilities, along with various resource centers on campus as well. We also love to make sure that of course students are a lot of what they're learning in the classroom, we want to make sure that they are also using that to their advantage outside of the classroom. So with that, we actually have a student center that is 100% devoted to making sure students are getting involved on campus and focusing on either job opportunities, internship opportunities, capstone courses, along with volunteering as well. So of course, with each engagement opportunity, that looks different to all of our students depending on which major or area of interest they are interested in. So of course, as a Research One institution and a member of the American Association of Universities, we really do pay close attention to research. So with this, we have various opportunities for research when it comes to making sure our students are getting that. So with that, we have over about 300 undergraduate majors at our university, with the ability, of course, for students to either double major or major and minor as well. So literally from the sciences to the arts, we have it as to where students are really involved in our College of Fine Arts, along with our College of Engineering, our honors college, along with our Eller School of Management, which is our business school as well. So of course, with that, we're still able to maintain a 15:1 student to faculty ratio. So with this, students have various opportunities to not only connect with their faculty members one-on-one, but then also definitely dive into specific research opportunities and major interest. We also have it as to where on a more social level, we have about over 600 clubs and organizations on campus. We are a D1 institution, so we do have numerous NCAA programs available for students. We also have 8 cultural centers. So with that, a lot of our students who identify with diverse groups, they are able to really dive into those cultural centers. And for those who are wanting to basically get to learn a little bit more about those cultures as well, can also get involved with that. So of course, beyond from that, we have a beautiful city, which is Tucson. I usually tell students, if you're a foodie, there's about 23 miles of Mexican food that's dedicated in the city of Tucson. So with that, I tell students, I don't think there's anything as good as the Mexican food in Tucson. There's also lots of shops with different districts and very unique districts within Tucson as well, along with, as I mentioned before, a lot of outdoor adventures. Our campus rec center actually devotes various excursions as to where they can literally have students and their friends and book those excursions for them while they are on campus. So of course, when it comes to the application process, I'll dive a little into this. We have it as to where our application is open currently. So we have it as to where it's open on both Common App, Coalition, and our specific website as well. So because we are a rolling institution, students would have it as to where they would get a decision within 2 to 4 weeks. So with that, of course, I'll talk a little bit more about merit aid. We also consider students for merit-based aid opportunities as well once they actually submit their application. So with that, this is just a breakdown of how that looks for our out-of-state students. So of course, we have merit-based aid that goes up to about $35,000 for our students. Say, for instance, if it is that you are looking into any additional scholarships, we do have Scholarship Universe available for our students, which is just another platform that is specific to our students. So with that, you're not competing with other students within the US. It's just literally our students on campus. So whether it's alumni, donor scholarship opportunities, or even scholarships from your specific college, those opportunities are available for you. So with financial aid, literally each year, about 80% of our Wildcats actually receive some type of merit-based aid. And with specific merit-based aid, this is not including any additional federal aid or any outside scholarship opportunities that students are able to get as well. So we have it as to where when we're looking at this unweighted, you're looking at your GPA, we're looking at unweighted from 9th to 11th grade year, and those are 6-semester GPA courses. So students are always like, Ms. Blackwell, I'm doing really great in my senior year, that's perfectly fine, but we are only looking at 9th to 11th for those merit-based aid opportunities. Now, if it is that students have any specific questions that's geared towards financial aid opportunities, I always tell them to get in contact with them. And of course, the sooner you go ahead and submit that application, the better. So as you are, of course, looking at our distinctive award, we also have that available for our students, along with excellence award and our recognition award. And like I said, all this information and more is located on our specific website. So as I go ahead and wrap up, you can literally contact me at this email address, tblackwell1@Arizona, along with, if there's a specific recruiter that you're looking for based on state, you can literally visit our specific admissions website as well. So thank you guys so much for this presentation and just for listening.
Thank you, thank you. And now we are going to turn it over to Grand Canyon University.
Awesome, thank you. Share my screen. Perfect. All righty. Alrighty. So my name is Caitlin, and I am the admissions counselor with Grand Canyon University. We are a private Christian school located in Phoenix, Arizona. So with that being said, even though we're in Phoenix, I actually live in North Carolina myself, and I work with the students just throughout the Carolinas. I'm an alumni of GCU myself, so it's really fun to kind of walk you guys through the whole experience, application until you were to start at GCU. Going on to the next slide. These are just kind of some photos for you guys to look at as I go through some quick little fun facts. But like I mentioned before, we are a private Christian university. With that being said, students don't have to be Christian to be at GCU. We don't have any type of statement of faith that students need to sign. But if that's something that is important to you, we do have things like chapel, different Bible studies that you can attend if you choose to be a part of any of that. So that's kind of what you're looking at there. We do have about 23,000 students undergrad on campus. So definitely large, especially for a private university. We're actually now the largest Christian university in the country. So that's another quick little fun fact. We are also, just like University of Arizona, we're located in Arizona as well, but we are located in Phoenix, Arizona. So we're about, I would say 15 to 20 minutes from downtown Phoenix, kind of located in like a metropolitan area out there. So that's what you're looking at location wise. If you've ever been out west before or been out to Phoenix, it's a really good central location in terms of it's a quick drive to Sedona, Arizona, Tucson, Flagstaff, San Diego. So we were actually 2 years ago, we were ranked the most outdoorsy college in America because of our outdoor rec program that we have on campus. So with this outdoor rec program, every other week they have a trip planned for students. So in that picture right there, you see them at Havasupai Falls. They're climbing, biking, kayaking. So that's a big part of the culture at GCU. Another big part is definitely the sports as well. We also are Division I athletics at GCU. We do not have a football team, so I apologize for that in advance, but a lot of our students put their energy into our basketball team and our soccer team. Our student section has gotten us a lot of recognition on like ESPN and different sports platforms like that. So that was really fun to be a part of all of that as a student. In terms of the campus, we are ranked top 20 college campuses in the country. And then we also are ranked number 7 in terms of campus dorms. So nice thing too with the campus dorms is most of our students live on campus every year at GCU. You'll be a senior living on campus, and that's normal. You don't have to by any means, but I feel like that just kind of speaks to the culture and how people want to stay on campus. But the other thing too that's nice is there's no community bathrooms in any of the dorms. So I know for me that was a huge selling point, not having to wear special shower shoes to go to the bathroom. So but yeah, that's kind of a little bit about the campus in general. Moving along to the academic side of things, we have over 200 different undergraduate programs at GCU among 9 different colleges. So our biggest colleges that we would have would be our College of Business, anywhere in like within the STEM, cybersecurity is really big, education, and then our nursing college is really great as well. So the nursing one is the only program that we have where you have a secondary application to actually get into our nursing program. It is highly competitive, but it's an incredible nursing program. But all of our other programs, you do not need a secondary application to get into, including our engineering one. You don't need a secondary application. So another thing too is with all of these, our student to professor ratio is 25-1. So that's with your actual professor, not like an assistant professor or teacher's aide. We want you to be able to have that close relationship with your professor. So yeah, that's kind of what you're looking at in terms of academics there. Big thing for you guys to know is obviously we are far. I'm assuming most of you are at least from the Carolinas. So big thing to know with GCU is we do not have any out-of-state tuition. So whether you're an Arizona resident, whether you're from North Carolina, every student is paying the same. Our tuition is $16,500 for the school year. And then if you kind of know roughly where you're at with your GPA, with your weighted GPA or your test scores, this is the academic scholarship that you'll receive every year at GCU. So that's another thing I always like to mention because oftentimes you need to either maintain a certain GPA to receive your academic awards, but we want you to know every year what you're coming in with. And so, yeah, so especially too, like you can see, even though we're a private university, in a lot of cases, we'd be the same as what you'd pay at a state school, if not even lower than what you'd be paying at a state school, like in your own home state. So I know too, that's part of my story of why I chose GCU, is it was by far the most affordable option for me in my position. But yeah, feel free to take a picture of that. Biggest thing for you guys to know too, I have the little QR code for our free application on there, but if you apply to GCU and you are admissible, you'll be eligible for a trip called Discover GCU. So we'll actually pay for your plane ticket. We'll fly you out to Phoenix, Arizona, and you'll get to stay in a dorm overnight with other high school students and just feel out if it's a good fit. Obviously, we're far away from home, so hopefully it feels like a home away from home, but if not, you don't owe us anything at all. It's just a free trip out to the campus. So that's the little QR code for the link to the application. But yeah, thank you guys so much for attending the session. Let me stop sharing now.
Wonderful. Thanks, Caitlin. And up next, we have University of California, Davis.
All right. Hi, everyone. Share my screen here. All right. So my name is Sarah Fales, and I'm an admissions advisor from the University of California, Davis. And I actually have a colleague here who's going to speak in a few more turns, and they're from UC Irvine. So all of your questions you have for the UC application, you have two really good representatives here. We can answer your questions in the chat, and I'll share my information in just a little bit. But first, I want you to know a little bit about what Davis is known for. So the University of California, we do have 9 campuses, and UC Davis is the furthest most north campus. So we're located in Northern California, and we all are research institutions, but we're all known for different things. And so what puts UC Davis on the map are a lot of things, but we are ranked #1 in the nation for agriculture, #1 in the nation for our veterinary science medicine. We're also ranked #1 for our campus sustainability. So we do have a huge focus on the environment, sustainability, but it's kind of throughout all of our campus and all of our majors. So even if you didn't want to major in something that had to do with working with animals, or had something to do with agriculture or food, that's okay. Like, our campus is still just a very green campus in general. We have bikes all over campus. There's over 22,000 bikes any given day on campus, and we're a very green university. We grow our own food, which we use in our own dining commons, and we source locally as much as we can as well. So we were ranked 5th best public university in the nation. So again, we are a public university system, and we do have high rankings. We also have a couple other ratings too. We are 2nd in affordability among at least the elite institutions in the nation. And we're also 12th among the top producers of minority bachelor's degrees as well. And then just recently, Forbes did rank us the 17th best university in the United States. So there's a lot of rankings I'm throwing at you. There's more, more than just rankings to pick a university, but it's important to know, what we're known for. But a little bit about where we're located. So I already mentioned we're in Northern California. So we're known for kind of being in the middle of everywhere. So Northern California is a very outdoorsy, outgoing place. So we are located, the closest city to us, we're located in the town of Davis, and the town of Davis itself has about 80,000 people that live there. And literally half of that, about 40,000 people, or the population, is the size of Davis. So Davis is a very large institution, but we're located in a small town. So we have that nice college town feel. We're located close to Sacramento, and Sacramento is the state capital. And on the opposite side of us, we have the Bay Area. So the Bay Area is, you're gonna have San Francisco, it's home to the Silicon Valley. So anything having to do with all the tech connections, or if you want to be in Sacramento for all the political connections and internships, we're really in the middle of everywhere, close to wine tasting, close to Yosemite. Lake Tahoe is if you went past, past Sacramento, going east, you'd run to Tahoe, and it's an absolutely beautiful lake. And it's known nationally for the skiing, has great skiing in the winter, or snowboarding if that's your thing. But our campus is one of the largest of the UC campuses. So we have over 53,000 acres, or 5,300, excuse me, acres of campus. So our campus is very large. A lot of that does have to do with the agriculture, but our campus is very flat and green and beautiful. I often describe it, if anyone's visited California before, you know, it's very easy to drive past. It's almost like you drive past Disneyland. And once you get off the exit, it's just an absolutely gorgeous college town, and it's really fun, and there's a lot going on. And it's a really nice, safe community too. So although our main campus is in Davis, California, we also have other major locations, and they all offer like unique opportunities for students to grow. So I've already mentioned the state capitol, which is in the picture on the left. So that is the Sacramento, the state capitol. On the picture on the far right, so that's our UC Davis Hospital, and we call it our medical center. It is located in Sacramento, and it has a lot of opportunities for hands-on learning. So Sacramento is also a great place to get a political science internship if you wanted. We have the UC Sacramento Public Service and Policy offerings, a lot of programs. And then of course in Sacramento is our airport. It's about 15 minutes away, 20 minutes away to the airport. So if you were planning on coming and visiting campus, that's where you would fly into. So in the middle pictures on the middle left, we have the Tahoe Environmental Research Center. So it is in that big, beautiful lake I just mentioned in Tahoe. It's in the Sierra Nevada mountains. And so we do have research institutions. Students can, you know, participate and volunteer, but we have scientists that are working full-time on that lake. And we also have a really great program because we're really outdoorsy. It's called Outdoor Adventures. So it's a service, a program that's offered to our students, and they'll take students on trips like to the mountains, Tahoe area. They go hiking, rafting, camping. You can also rent gear if you want to do your own thing with a group of friends that you met on campus. And we also, if you're interested in skiing, we have a ski team as well. So just real quickly, I know we're short on time, but we do have over 100 different majors, and we have 4 different colleges. And there's a variety of different things that you can major in at UC Davis. And for our mission profile, you know, you do need to have a 3.4 GPA, and we're a test-free campus. So I'm going to go ahead and put my information in the chat too, and you can ask me questions afterwards. Thank you so much.
Thank you as well, Sarah. Up next, we are going to turn it over to Western Colorado University.
Perfect. Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. My name is Alejandro. I'm a regional director of recruitment for Western Colorado University. Western Colorado University is located in Gunnison, Colorado. We are a 4-year public liberal arts institution. We serve over 3,400 students, so 3,000 of them being undergraduate, 400 of them being graduate students. Now, like I mentioned, we are located in Gunnison, Colorado. That's about 3.5, 4 hours south of Denver. We're in a small little town. It's about 9,000 people, and that's including Western student enrollment of 3,400 students, like I mentioned. Now, even though it's a small community, there's a lot of things for everybody, and there's something to do. We do have Crested View, which is about 30 minutes north of town. Crested View, I wouldn't say your typical mountain town that has been taken by tourists, but I'll be honest, it is kind of like a tourist attraction. There's a lot of gift shops, restaurants. You can ski and snowboard Mount Crested View, which that's a big attraction for a lot of the students out Western. You can also mountain bike, hike, fly fish, a lot of things to do outdoors. Harmons is not on the map, but it's about 5 miles south of town. It is the largest outdoor recreational area in Colorado. It's over 8,000 acres, and soon that's where your outdoor activities will take place. So mountain biking, hiking, rock climbing. There's over 150 camping sites. If you have a dirt bike, you can ride there. There's also a shooting range. So a lot of things to do up there. And then we also do have Blue Mesa, which is about 10 minutes west of town, and it is the largest body of water in Colorado. It's over 20 miles long, and that's where your water activities will take place. So boating, paddleboarding, fishing, ice fishing, those type of things. So now, even there's something to do, not just off campus, but also on campus. We do offer over 50 clubs and organizations. We have academic clubs that run in conjunction with an academic program, like your psychology club, sociology, free health club. And then you also have other passion and interest club, which I would say they're pretty self-explanatory. For athletics, we do compete in the Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference at the Division II level. We also do have club sports and non-sports. They're still committed, but they do have a feedback fee just for transportation, paying the coaches, the equipment, all those type of things. And obviously, we also do have intramural sports as well. Like I said, we offer over 100 areas to study. Some of the top majors on our campus will be business, biology, anything with outdoors. I would say that we're big on, just because we're surrounded by 1.7 million acres of public land. So wildlife biology, environmental sustainability, recreational education, education. We're also big on education, exercise sport science, and also computer science and mechanical engineering. We actually have a partnership with University of Colorado with CU Boulder, where you complete your first 2 years with us, and then you transfer over to CU, but you remain on our campus for those 4 years. Now, that degree is coming from CU, and you're also getting taught by CU professors like third and fourth year. So overall, you're receiving a CU education at lower cost on our campus, which is really neat that we have the opportunity now. Average class size is 16, 69% of the classes are taught by a full-time professor, and 71% of those professors have 10 or more degrees. So you're getting taught from someone you can say is an expert in their field. Now, we are fully dedicated to your success. We do offer different services on campus. For example, we do have an academic, every student, every upcoming student will be given academic advisor. That advisor will guide you from your first year to your last year at Western. They will help you with internships, sign up for classes, anything that you might need help with, they'll be there for you. We also have other things like a math and writing center, which are free resources for you to take advantage of as well. Cost of tuition for out of state, you're looking at over $18,000. That's definitely below the national average. 80% of the students receive some type of aid, and 100% have considered for merit aid. Now, I did not update this on my slide, but we are test optional moving forward, so we do not need your test scores for admissions or scholarship purposes, but our merit scholarships are processed and they go off your GPA. So those do range from $8,000 to $10,000. I would definitely take a big chunk of your tuition. And that's a renewable scholarship that you receive for 4 years, as long as you maintain that GPA of 2.75. Now, how to apply? It's pretty straightforward. You can apply to the Western application or the common application. The only thing that we will need is your high school transcripts. Like I mentioned, we are going tips optional. And the application fee, I didn't put this on the slide, but it's Go Western 2022. It's lowercase all one word. And you can enter that at the end, and that will waive the application fee. Now, the middle 50 percentile of students getting admitted to Western have a 3.1 to a 3.9 GPA. If you're below that range, one of the things that we do recommend submitting any material that will help support your application. Anything that you'll submit to us, we'll look at before we place a decision. So the last thing that I do have is come and visit us. I mean, we are hosting campus visits Monday through Friday and Saturday upon request. The ones during the weekdays include an information session, a campus tour, and then if you want to meet with a coach, professor, student, staff, whoever it might be, we can arrange that as well. But you can go to western.edu/visit to schedule a campus visit. Now, if you can't come on campus, that's totally understandable. I do recommend, keeping in touch with our virtual or checking out our virtual events, and you can do that at western.edu/recruitment events. That's all the information I have for you. Thank you for joining the webinar, and my contact information is on this slide. So if there's anything I can help with, definitely reach out. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you very much. And last but not least, we have University of California, Irvine.
Great. Thank you so much. Well, thank you all for staying with us tonight. My name is Michelle Burns, and I am one of the regional admissions counselor for UC Irvine. I myself am based on the East Coast, so I'm up in Connecticut and can't wait to come visit you all sometime this spring. As my colleague Sarah pointed out, we are part of the UC system. So within the UC system, we have 9 institutions. We're all research institutions, as many of us here tonight are, which means that we have a big commitment to undergraduate research. You're probably wondering, what does that mean for me if I'm like a humanities or social science person? And I just want to remind you that research goes into many different areas. So when you hear folks talk about that, just know that that's meant for you as well. As for UCI, we're located down in the southern part of the state. We're about 45 minutes south of LA, about an hour north of San Diego, and just 10 minutes from Newport Beach. A ranking that I think is fun to share is that we get a ranking for #1 school for beach lovers. I'm not sure of the methodology behind that, but we'll we'll take it. We are, like I said, 10 minutes to Newport Beach, which has our boathouse on Balboa Peninsula. So you can learn how to sail, go kayaking, stand-up paddleboarding, all those fun things. And then we have 3 other beaches close by. We're also ranked as one of the safest cities in the country for our size. We're about 275,000 people. So we are considered a larger city. As I mentioned, down in Southern California, we have a lot down there. So lots of fun things to do, whether it's hiking, biking, going to the beach. We're just about 25 minutes to Disneyland, or you can hop up to the top of the engineering tower and watch the fireworks from there every night. So we, of course, want you to be engaged and have fun and live that sunny, non-humid Southern California life. But we also know that location is important for what it offers to you. So you can see a picture of our campus here. This is a shot as you're coming in from John Wayne Airport. So we do have a regional airport just 7 minutes away that's really easy to get to. Right in the center there is Aldrich Park. So it's featured behind me right here. So it's a beautiful campus. We're a bit of a more modern city. We were founded in 1965 and the city was built at the same time. So we've really been built to be able to grow, to bring in more infrastructure. And Irvine's now home to about 1/3 of all Fortune 500 companies in the area. What this means for you as a student is that you're getting lots of access to places like Google or Blizzard Entertainment or In-N-Out Burger or all these other great places that you might want to work with while you're in school. We also have a number of startups in the area. We're known as the Silicon Coast. So you have, both Northern California with the booming tech boom and also Southern California with a lot of those startups and companies down there for you as well. And then, of course, as you go all across Irvine, there's lots of great things to enjoy as an outdoor life too. Academically, we're broken down into 14 different schools. So you have over 85 majors and 70 plus minors to choose from. We definitely encourage students to be interdisciplinary. When I ask students what's a reason they chose UCI or what's one thing they think about, a word I often hear is interdisciplinary, because they wanted to be able to study biology and also still pursue that language that they were interested in. They're really fascinated and really wanting to make change with global sustainability, but they also want to pursue a business degree. So you have those options. It is good to know that we do have some programs that are more competitive than others. So if you're looking into applying into certain majors, such as our business administration program, it's good to also choose an alternate major. And a number of our UC colleagues do allow you to choose a first choice major and an alternate major. Those are all things that we can answer for you in an application workshop, and I'll drop that in the chat as soon as I'm done. If you're not quite sure what you want to do, that's also okay. You can come in undeclared. You still have time to figure out what you want to do, explore different classes, take classes from all these different areas. We see a number of our students who will go on to double major or major and then minor in something completely different. This is a closer view of our campus here. So as I mentioned, we're designed in a circle. So around here is Inner Ring Road, and then Ring Road is just 1 mile around. As a first year student, you're either living over here in Middle Earth Student Housing, which is named for Lord of the Rings, or over here in Mesa Court Student Housing. So it's really easy to get around. Right across the street is a shopping center with a Trader Joe's and Target, so all the dorm essentials. We do know that college is a huge investment, and for our out-of-state students, we are more expensive. We really do look at what we provide for you, and this is across the UC system, knowing that we have incredibly high retention rates. So that means 94% of our students return for their second year. We also make sure to graduate you in a really timely manner and then get you that really important job. So whether it's being involved in project-based learning within the classroom, research, Sarah from Davis mentioned our UC Sacramento program. We also have a program in DC called the UC-DC program, where you can intern there with students from all 9 of the UC campuses, and of course, study abroad programs. We're a D1 school and the Big West Conference, so lots of clubs and intramurals to get involved in as well. And we have a top esports program. So if you're a League of Legends fan or Super Smash Brothers gamer, then you have a spot here as well. And lots of different clubs, organizations, concerts, all of those fun things. Overall, benefits of the UC system. is we are a huge UC family, recognizing that we all hold the same values and that also we share opportunities with each other as well, and including that study abroad. Finally, last little bit, our application is available now. We don't do early action or early decision, and the application period is November 1st through 30th. Right here, you will see a screenshot of where you can go ahead and join in one of our application workshops. So feel free to do that, and thank you all so much for your time.
Thank you so much, reps. And we do have a little bit of extra time. So if you would all like to turn your microphone and videos back on and just kind of help the students get some advice. What advice would you give someone going through the college search process? Whoever wants to start.
I kind of kick us off since I went first earlier. I find that being authentic through the process really helps. Every student is going to apply for very different universities. So figuring out what is a specific fit that you're looking for, asking very intricate questions, the ones that you want to know from the reps, and being authentic through your application, supporting your own self. No one knows you like you know yourself. So when you submit an application, put your best foot forward.
I'll go ahead and go second. One advice I would give to students would definitely be to reach out to your recruiters. Guys, I think myself and my coworkers can literally say that when it comes to this process, there's a lot of questions that you would have. So that's the whole purpose of us being here, is literally to help you through that process. So literally no question is crazy or stupid. We are here to literally help you guys throughout the process. If there's specific deadlines, if your parents even need or have specific questions or need to get connected with individuals on campus, we are literally the, I would say, the gatekeepers or messengers for that. So don't hesitate to reach out to your recruiters or admission counselors.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we can just keep the order going, but my advice would just be get your feet on as many college campuses as you can in terms of expanding your horizons, getting out of your comfort zone, and just checking out everything. You could have a college in mind, and then you get to the campus and you're like, man, that's not a good fit, and that's okay. But yeah, get your feet on as many campuses, meet the student body, feel yourself out at a certain college, and just have fun with it too. I think college is seriously the best time of your life. And so just enjoy the process. Don't get stressed. I think there's so much pressure and anxiety on students trying to choose a college, but just have fun with it, and trust your heart and your instinct.
This is great advice. And I think just piggybacking off on all of that, some other advice is just try to get as prepared as possible. It's as far as what your application goes. So every university has a different process, like the UC application. It's one application for all 9 campuses. But write down all the activities that you are involved in and just try to get it all down. So when you are filling out those different applications, just to ensure you don't not missing anything. So if the UC application, we have what it is, we have personal insight questions, and then we have basically 8 prompts, and you get to choose 4 of them. And we don't do interviews, but it's a way for you to interview with us. And so we're asking you to select prompts that you can provide, really unique information about yourself. And then having all the information kind of gathered and written down will help you to ensure it's all included on our application and other applications for other universities, and hopefully take the stress off. And it's always good to have like a parent or a friend or a family member, a teacher kind of review your list, and they might think of something that you've been involved in, maybe church or something like that you forgot to include.
I have 2 different little tips. One of them actually aligns with what Kaylin from Grand Canyon University mentioned. But the first one is make sure you apply for scholarships. That's the biggest one. It's not just about what type of school you're looking for, but also how you're going to pay for it. So once you get accepted, make sure you're applying for those institutional scholarships from each of the colleges you apply for, and also any local scholarships in your community as well. I think that's one of the biggest one. And also make sure you visit your top 3 or top 5 schools, depending on how many you apply for, and make sure you visit those schools before you make a decision. It is crucial that you do. You're looking for your next home, and you gotta be happy with it. So everything you enjoy, everything you're passionate, every support service you need to excel in college, make sure that school has it.
This has all been such great advice. I would piggyback a little bit off of what Alejandro said about scholarships. And I would really encourage you all, if you're a senior, please turn to your parent who's maybe watching with you tonight and talk to them about finances for college. And it's time to have a really honest conversation. If you are a parent that's watching this, it's time to have that conversation with your student about what money is there, what's affordable, how much are you all comfortable taking out in loans, and then really find out with your specific institutions what they're able to offer. I know one of the hardest conversations we have over and over in the spring is we're really not able to offer students full scholarships. And so it's always very heartbreaking when we find that what a student wants and what the financial realization is don't match up. So go ahead and try to have those conversations early on so you can try to plan ahead for that as well.
Great. Thank you all so much. Thank you, reps, students, parents. Thank you everyone for joining us. When you close the window, there's going to be a super quick 5-question survey. We appreciate any feedback you might have. Sign up for more sessions. There are many available on our website, and a recording of this session will be available at strivescan.com/Carolinas. Thank you everyone, and have a good rest of your evening.